Hi guys, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout for Bramble Fox. I am using the really lovely September Fox box and I'm using the Take Timeout title that's in a really lovely plum colour. And I'm aiming today for a clean and simple layout. I'm not very good at these, but I recently made one with loads of white space and I really loved it, so I thought I'd give it another go. And I thought that these flowers from the Pinkfresh Studio Celebrate collection would be a great basis for a clean and simple layout. So that's what I thought I'd go for. I also thought I'd aim to use the pretty background paper that you can see there. So it's like orangey ombreing down to pink with lots of the flowers on the top. But in the end I switched it out for some white card. The background didn't really work for me. So yeah, I mean, clean and simple layouts always look great on white, but some clever people manage to do it on coloured backgrounds. I'm not one of those people by the sounds of it. So yeah, I'm just spending some time fussy cutting out these beautiful flowers. So this is a new collection by Pinkfresh Studio called Celebrate. That is a collaboration between Pinkfresh and Altenew. So this is quite an interesting collection. I've not seen anything quite like it before, and it really is a mix of the two company styles, yeah, really lovely. I really like it. It's not a full collection, it's only got a few papers, and it has one set of ephemera and some stamps and a die, I think, but I didn't get the stamps and the dies. I just stuck with the papers and the ephemera. I have a photo of me and my husband on our 10-year wedding anniversary, but actually in the end I switched that photo out. It's a horrible photo. My daughter took it a bit too far away. She's obviously shorter than us. We're standing up, so we're kind of looking down at her. It's a really awful photo, but it's the best one I've got from our anniversary. So I thought I would try and use it, but I just hate it so much that I discarded it and went for a different photo of the two of us. I think it was on the same day, but earlier in the day when we were in the hot tub rather than out for dinner in the evening like that one is. So here I am wrestling with the background choice. So I had that pretty ombre colour, and that wasn't working out, and then I thought I'd try this one, which is the lovely kind of frame around the edge, and that didn't do it for me either. So white is just so lovely, isn't it? It makes such an impact. The flowers that I fussy cut are kind of grey and pink and really quite soft, so they just got lost on the other backgrounds. On the white they stand out much better and they look really pretty, so I think I'm going to go for that. And this photo here looks so much better. I'm so much happier with this paper than I am with the original two, so with the original photo, sorry. So now I just need to get get the rest of the layout arranged and place that I like. So I'm kind of creating a flower cluster around my photo. I have that orangey frame that I'm bringing up towards the top right, and then I have the Take Time Out over to the right hand side. So that I love that title from the September Fox box. It's really pretty. The colour is lovely. It's like a plum colour and it's frosted, so which means it's see-through, and it is just a really pretty colour, a bit different, and it goes lovely with this Celebrate collection that I'm using today. So yeah, really lovely. This is about our 10-year wedding anniversary, which we celebrated while we were away on holiday. We were supposed to be going to Vegas earlier in the year, but that didn't happen. But we did manage to get to Lanzarote, which was wonderful. So we were actually there for our actual anniversary as well, which was really good. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. I'm happy with how my flowers are looking. My frame I'm gonna go ahead and stick down, and I just need to get all of my flowers and all of my layers stuck down. I don't want to move it because I'm worried that I will never get it back in the same place. It's made up of so many different things, so many different elements, that I just don't want to start moving them around because I may not get them stuck again in the same place. And it's, as you know, I've fiddled around with it for quite a while already, so if I move it now I'll probably end up with something completely different. So I'm just lifting up the layers and putting foam pads underneath them, and getting them stuck in place that way. So sometimes I take a photo and move everything off and start again. Sometimes I take the top layer off, stick some sticky tape to the back of that, then stick it on to the next one that picks up the next layer, then I do the same thing, so on. And sometimes I do it like this, where I lift up the edges of all the layers and add foam pads underneath. So that's what I've done today. I've got most of them stuck in place. I will lift up the layers a bit more and stick them down a bit better. There we go. Now I can, they're going to hold, but they could do with a bit of extra adhesive, so I just moved my photo out of the way and then I could stick down the other layers, and now I'm going to get my photo in place as well. So I normally mount my photos, but I'm not going to do that this time. I have just looking through the beautiful ephemera, and I've just found that floral frame. I'm going to cut it in half because it's not big enough, and I'm going to have one half sticking out of the top and one half sticking out of the bottom of the photo, just to give the photo a little bit of a mount. Normally I would have an exact mount around the whole photo, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to stick with that floral frame. It's so pretty. And that's my photo in place, so I can get that stuck down now. And I'm going to raise it up on the back, on the top with foam pads, and stick the bottom edge flat, and I think I'm going to add some machine stitching to that at some point as well. So now I feel confident enough to stick down my title, so I'm going to sort that out, but I'm going to put some twiddles of thread in place first. As I said, the colour of the flowers is kind of a grey, so instead of going for gold thread, I've gone for silver. It's very cool tones, this layout, apart from then I've brought in some orange, which is definitely warm, so but it is quite cool. So I'm going to stick with the silver thread here, and yeah, I'm happy with how it's looking. I'm not very good at clean and simple because I don't know where to stop, so I could probably stop now and that would be done, but no, I can't do that. I'm going to now add splatters and sequins and something at the top. I'm just rubbish at this, aren't I? I need to master this. I need to hone in on some Laura Rumble and style, and try and get better at this. Or just go back to my normal style, but it's good to try new things and different things. I scrapbook so much that it's nice to go out of your comfort zone and try other things once in a while. Otherwise I end up making layouts that all look the same, and I don't like doing that. So it's really good to get out of your comfort zone and do something different. Okay, so I'm looking for I wanted to add together underneath Take Time Out, so Take Time Out Together, and this photo is actually perfect because it is just the two of us in the hot tub, which is a very rare occasion. We are very rarely on our own, and I also wanted to add the number 10 because it's our 10-year wedding anniversary, so I've just put 10 on the side of the photo there. Those stickers, the black ones, are Maggie Holmes' Sweet Story, I think, or I might, yeah, I think that's Sweet Story. So I'm gonna need to, I haven't done that yet, but I probably need to go through those letters on my sewing machine to make sure that they don't go anywhere. I've overlapped them as well, so they do have a habit of falling off. So I'm just adding in some sequins. I've pulled out a Spiegel Mum Scraps set or mix, and it had some other colours in too, but I've pulled out the ones that don't go, and just left the ones that do. So I've just sprinkled those on, then they kind of sprinkled in the wrong place, so I had to move them around a little bit, and now I can get them stuck down, and just using my paper piercing tool and my glossy accents to move them out of the way, add some glue, and then stick them back in place. So yeah, that's how I'm doing that. And I say I'm also going to add some splatters of paint as well, just to finish off these kind of clusters or the little diagonal line that I've got going on from the bottom left of the photo to the top right. So I'm just going to extend those slightly with my paint splatters. So I've just grabbed a Shimmers paint there, and I'm just going to I normally use a paintbrush to do my splatters rather than the ends of the bottle, so because I just find I have more control that way. So yeah, that's what I'm doing there. You know, I'm getting a bit anxious at this point that I've got too much white space. I just need to fill that in with something, so I'm going to add a little something at the top as well. I thought about folding over the top to create like a big angle, but that would definitely take away from the fact that this is supposed to be a clean and simple layout, or started off as a clean and simple layout. Yeah, so I'm just going through my kits to see what I can find. So I found this striped paper. Now it's actually from a different collection. It's from Let's Stay Home, the Pinkfresh Studio Let's Stay Home, and I have just chopped a diagonal line off of the top, and I'm just going to stick that in place at the top there. So yeah, just a small triangle, very thin triangle, just to give it just a little bit of interest at the top there. Very subtle and small, but I just felt that it needed something at the top. But then I can't just leave it like that, it needs something else, right? So I have now fussy cut out a little spray of flowers, a little flower branch that I'm going to add to the top there as well. And then I'm just fussy cutting. I've managed to do it off camera by accident, sorry about that. But yeah, I'm just fussy cutting out those flowers. They are really, really pretty, these flowers, you know, the grey kind of watercolour effect. It is a very different collection to what I'm used to from Pinkfresh, because it's mixed with Altenew, of course. So yeah, it's just an interesting collection. I really like it actually. Yeah, so I just got an arrow at the bottom there under my photo, which I'm just going to add my journaling to. There's another little piece of ephemera underneath that says be happy, and now I've added some machine stitching. So I machine stitched through the flower at the top there, and I've also machine stitched through the bottom of my photo, just so that I had got it matched top and bottom. And that is me done. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this layout. This Celebrate collection is very interesting, and it goes perfectly with that plum Take Timeout title from the September Fox box. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Bramble Fox.